Hello guys, welcome back again with me. In this video, I will give some presentation about MikroTik. In the last video, I was giving some presentation and practice about failover load balance, and now I will explain and practice about Hotspot. So let's go to the presentation. In the chapter 13, which is Hotspot, I will explain about the concept, and then I will practice in the lab. So the concept is most Wi-Fi hotspots are not password, and all users can connect and will be directed to the login page in the web browser. And each user can log in with a different username and password. This kind of method is often found in campus, with a cafe, schools, office, and other public areas. And next is lab. I will do the basic configuration hotspot, and then I will do the address user, and then eliminate cookies and add user profile for bandwidth limit. So let's go to the configuration. And next I will do the configuration of the basic hotspot. So in here I will add an client. I will use the VPC that based on GUI. I will use the Docker, and for the name I will use for client, and in here the primary console I will change it into RDP, and for the IP static and the default route and the DNS I will configure it later, and you can click save. And next I will connect the client to the hotspot, but first I will change the icon so I know that it is a client desktop, and click save. So to configure the basic hotspot configuration, I will configure it in the Winbox. So you can open your hotspot and then connect it to the Winbox. And after that, to configure hotspot, you can go to IP and then hotspot. And then in here, there is server. And you can click hotspot setup. And for the hotspot setup, it will automatically configure the DHCP server, firewall NAT, firewall filter, proxy, and etc. So you don't need to configure it again. So for the hotspot interface, it is the interface that connects to the client, and then you can click next. And for the local address of network, it is the IP that the client will get. It is for the IP gateway, and then next, and it is the address pool of network, which is the range of IP that the client will get. It is around from 50.2 until 50.254. Then you can click next, and you can click none because I don't have any certificate in here, and you can next, and in here also next because I don't have any SMTP server IP address of SMTP server, and click next. And in here it is the DNS server, but it is by default it is only one, which is this is the IP, and you can add a new IP Google, which is I will set it as the secondary IP DNS. I will use this IP, and then you can click next. And the DNS name, it is the domain name that you open in the client, and for in here, in the client that open in the web, which is I will configure it with hotspot.co.id. There is for the example. Then you can click next, and there is the name of local hotspot user. I will set it as the AGI, and for the password it is whatever you want. I will set it this, and you can click next, and then it is successful. Next, I will set the IP in the client, IP static that connects to the internet, which is I will set it this. Forget the prefix, and then the root, which is this, and then the DNS is the IP of the Google, and then you can click save. Then you can turn it on. Maybe it will take a while. And then after that you can connect, and okay, and you can wait for it. And after that you can go to the Chrome or to the Firefox. I will use the Chrome, and we will wait for it. And in here you can type the domain that I've set in here, which is the domain is hotspot.co.id. Then you can click enter, and it should look like this. That is mean it is connected. And then for the username that I've been set, it is Agi, and for the password is 123. Next I will connect. Sorry. So as you can see, it is now has been connected, and you can see in the Winbox there is, you can go to active. It is the user that it is active, which is the user is Agi. So the configuration of basic hotspot configuration, it is successful. And next I will try to add user. So for the hotspot, it is usually not only one user, it is usually so much user, maybe more than 10 or just 2 or maybe more. So to configure the user, you can go to users, and then in here you can click add. And for the server, I will choose the hotspot one. So the difference of hotspot one and the all, that means it is the hotspot one is the hotspot that I've been configured, but for the all, that means for the all interface that has hotspot configuration, you can access this user with all the interface, maybe for the interface letter 3 or 4 that have been set the hotspot configuration. And for the name, I will choose the maybe Aghi, just the different using page. And for the password, I will use 123. And for the profile, it is default, and then you can click apply, and then okay. And now if I try to log out and I want to log in using different user, maybe it is cannot, because the cookies, it is only wants to connect to this user, which is Agi, but I want to log in using this user, which is Aghi. So to configure it, that the Aghi user can connect to the client can connect to this user, which is the Aghi. You can delete the cookies configuration, cookies to information. So to configure it, you can go to your Winbox, and then in here in the server profiles, you can click it the hotspot that you've been configured, and then you can go to login and then turn off the cookies. Then you can click apply and OK. And next, to delete the history of the cookies, you can click in here. There is triple dot in here, and then you can click it, and then there is cookies, then you can click it, and in here you can delete it. And then now you can try to refresh the client web, and it will shows like this. And now you can you can log in with different user and different password, which is the user is Agi, but before is Agi, only the difference is using age. And for the password it is the same, 123, and then you can click connect. And as you can see, now it is successful. It is now connected. You can see in the active. And next I will configure the add user profile for bandwidth limit. So you can open your Winbox in MikroTik in the Winbox, and then to configure the bandwidth limit, you can go to user profile, then you can click add, and for the name you can change it with anything you want. Maybe I will choose maybe for it is 512 KB or K, and there is rate limit. I will fill it with this KB. So it is mean for download it is 512 KB, and for the upload it is also 512 KB. Then you can click apply, and then you can go to user. And for example, I want that the user Agi, it is get the bandwidth 512 KB. In the profile you can click it and then change the profile, which is with the user profile that have been configured. Then you can click apply, then OK. So it is the configuration for the bandwidth limit for the user, but maybe I cannot try to do the bandwidth test in the VPC, in the Docker, because it is not supported. It can, but the result it is not the same like what I've been configured. So maybe it is not supported for the Docker IO. So that is my presentation. Sorry if there are any mistake or misunderstanding. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.